slats of the cabin. He's got a little shed back there I can't forget. Right there. Yeah, right across the front. And how we do the roof, or how I like to do the roof, and the way I like to make it look, grab some of that burnt umber and titanium white and a little ivory black, pull it out and make a sort of a gray marbled finish, because maybe it's rusted, maybe his roof's been there for years and years. And just a small line right there, just line that out, the roof. Pull that out on the side, got a nice little tin roof. There's your shed. Now for the door, for some doors and some windows, wipe your paint knife off, a palette knife, and get a small dab of paint onto the small edge of the knife. See that pretty good. Well, there it is. All right. And you've got a door here, so just make a little door. Maybe a window here, window right here. You gotta see something. And that looks good. Pretty happy with that. Done with the palette knife for now. And let's push that back and just make it a little pathway down to the water. You may want a little pathway right down to the pond where he fishes or something. Maybe there's a little shadow. But you just want to blend that in to the hillside where he lives, and that way your base doesn't just end on the cabin, it just pushes that back. And let's see, burnt umber, get a palette knife again, and we're gonna make a base ground for the lake. And we're gonna just saw that in there. There's got to be a shore somewhere. Saw that in, side to side. Pull it out some spots, and then just pull it right back into the canvas. You may even make some bushes and things like that around the lake. That's his shore. Maybe he's got a dock here. Pull it out. Make a little dock for his fishing. Yeah. Got a nice fishing dock. Right there. And on the other side. Lines across. And his two posts facing upward. Sides. Let's get the bottom of the painting. Down the palette. And you just want to take it, pull that shore side to side, dab it up at the bottom, get it the best you can. See that pretty well. One thing Bob Ross made was pretty cool. It was the liquid white. It works really good for shores and for water, lots of things. It makes it really easier to make it look like it's real water. Just taking some of the Bob Ross liquid white and the small palette knife after I wiped it off, and dipping it into the liquid white. And just making a short line with the liquid white. a nice little effect. Water going up to the shore and be lapping over the edges. Maybe it was a windy day. Have to have a dock, you can make something else. Maybe a little boat. Maybe he has a boat or something. When you pull out the water, when you pull the water out, you want to make sure it's flat. You just press into the canvas, make a straight line across. That's your small waves or maybe just ripples. Finishing up the shoreline. It's a little muddy at the bank. Always a little murky. It should get wider and wider as you come forward. Foreground, you're painting. And get the bottom. Side to side there, and maybe one line across the bottom, yeah, just like that. To the side, and that's pretty much about finished. That's just about it. That looks good. That looks real nice. That would make a nice picture if you were out in Alaska. So we're going to do something a little different. We're going to make a foreground with some burnt umber, a little black, darker brown. I'm going to make some birch trees. Now don't worry if you get some of your painting covered up. You just want to pull it down, straight line, and right there, and just leave it a space. You don't have to leave a space for trees. You can just go over some of the things that you've had ideas for. But this really pushes the whole painting back and makes everything come together really nicely. You make something in the foreground. One more birch tree. Yeah. Maybe they're joined at the base. How about that? Yeah. Make a little limb. Another limb. Get a little taller. That really makes a nice effect. I'm about out of titanium white, but I'll tell you a little easier way to do this. You can do it this way, but I would recommend just the tube of white. So I'm getting a little more of the titanium white. I need a little more than a teaspoon, but it's better to not have enough paint than it is to have too much, because it's a real pain cleaning it up. You get a little paint scraper. Has a rubber paint scraper that you can scrape off the palette with. And you don't want to have too much excess paint and waste of paint. You just want to pull out the titanium white flat and cut across. And I'll show you how to make a birch tree. You just want to start at the base and pull around in an angle. I've got a little tricky tree here. He's got a twin. Maybe not a twin. Maybe it's his husband. Maybe something like that. I don't know. You just touch that and pull it around. branches, making them rounded. And just angle it off. Just make it look like the birch bark that just kind of peels off of the tree. And that looks like a pretty nice birch tree on that side. Making a nice line of birch bark. Using titanium white with just a brown base, a brown burnt umber base. And just touch that up toward the tip. That looks nice. Got some long arms. Fingers. Nice. That doesn't look too bad though. That's a nice looking right there. Alright. And that's my birch tree. Now my birch tree's not going to have any leaves. I don't want him to have any leaves. So I'll make some small branches using burnt umber and a little bit of black. Also some titanium white. Mix that in. And just twist it and roll it around in the paint. On this side over here, this guy got a nice little branch there. He's got a branch there. A little burnt umber. Yeah, that looks better. That's really looking like a birch tree. That's like 2 birch trees right there. And reaching in different directions. And some of them are a little straighter than others, and just off some off of the trunk themselves. Just pull this out. Nice little twisted tree. And this guy went out and eloped and got hitched with it. And that's the way it happens sometimes. Yeah, that's my birch tree. And that is Alaskan mountain in a pond. And y'all have a good day and God bless.